Wrong. Yo, 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 it's me, the one clearing his throat. The with the capital T, always have been, always will be. The one and only milkman is in the building. I am so tickled that I clicked the wrong intro to start the show, but it's all good. Welcome to Monday Nights. Welcome to Monday Nights. Woo, we in the building.
Yeah, what was funny was that
Tell them how you're just Bree, though. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. And I'm just Bree. What was funny was I was getting ready to clear my throat, but I was like, nah, I'll wait till after the intro.
Let me clear my throat. Hey, I'm just, if you like that. Sometimes it just be like that.
Sometimes. It's like,
go ahead. Go ahead and clear your throat.
I'm good.
So, no, I'm going to get mine thoroughly cleared.
One more time. Okay,
one more time.
So how's it going, everybody?
I'm gonna get mine together. Before we get started on this magnificent Monday night to talk all things Big Brother Celebrity Edition, let's go ahead and get this thing shared up. I want to definitely get it out to the Big Brother fan page so that we can try to get maximum exposure tonight. We picked up like 3 new people since our last video, and I'm assuming that's from Big Brother content.
Yeah, that's your job. So I'm gonna go ahead and start talking about the week.
I mean, you can well, no, I guess you won't share, huh? You ain't got your computer all pulled up and all that business.
I really don't.
It's all right. Go ahead and start talking Big Brother.
Ill prepared. But that's okay because
let's start.
This takes up the slack for me.
Let's go with the alpha female of the house. Let's start with Miss Misha Cupcake Tate. Was she trying to bully her way into being the HOH?
She really was. But I really like how Kirkpatrick. Chris Kirkpatrick.
You talking about Kirk?
Calling him by last names, Katan and Kirkpatrick, so that I don't have
right. Not it was contaminated. Put a pin in it. We'll come back to it. Okay, go ahead. Put a pin in it. Put a pin in it.
He stood his ground. He was like, yo, you had HOH for 10 days.
Right. Like, come on, man. This is for me now.
Like, this is my turn. You did you last week. I'm going to do me this week.
Right.
Yeah.
The craziness. Well, and the fact that she had to keep readdressing it. Like, well, and if this, then can we talk Carson?
Yes,
well, what about this? Can we talk about Carson here?
Carson, which, I mean,
like if you don't leave Carson alone
next week or later this week, my goodness, I keep forgetting how fast this goes. Later this week, Wednesday is gonna make very important for this HOH. Like it's definitely gonna determine how the game is played because if Misha gets her way, she's gonna get out. I mean, Todrick he was right to fasten himself to her, but as
somehow he sniffed that out early.
But Carson even said if they can get rid of some of her power, or get rid of her, or take away some of her power, then they could probably get Todrick back.
Leveling the playing field is what he called himself doing, which I think he effectively did because Mariah openly confessed to Misha that she had no problem being the double agent. Doing whatever it took to stay in the house. Misha called herself, working some magnificent deal and saving her and this, that, and the third. I didn't think it was that great. I think, I don't even know if Todd had spoke to her about taking her off the block when he did, so I don't know how much of a big move that was and quote unquote her playing a role in saving her last week. And it's crazy. We keep saying weeks, because we're so used to weeks, but it's only been 2 days. It's been 2 days.
Yeah. And so, but I really think that Misha is, if she wins again, Carson's in trouble.
Yes. If Misha or Todrick win, presumably, tonight or tomorrow, whenever the HOH competition is going to be, Carson is in big trouble, and I can see Cynthia right next to her because they are clearly labeled as a duo now.
Yeah.
We don't really see much gameplay or game talk amongst the two of them, but Carson definitely seems to be in tune with what's going on in the house.
Yes, and Cynthia is definitely. What do you think about Shayna? Because she's in with their trio, but she kind of in with Misha too. Do you think she's really loyal to the trio?
No, I think she's loyal to Kirkpatrick. And I have notes here, and what I have for Shayna, I literally only have a few words next to each person. But Shayna, I have Kirkpatrick's number 2, and that's all she is to this point. She definitely played her role this week, stayed right up under him, did his facials and all that, got him right.
Well, I mean, she thought she was on the block last week, so now I think she's gonna gravitate to. But I'm saying when it comes down to Misha or the trio, who do you think she would go with? Whoever has the power next week.
Yeah. But I still think that she's most loyal to Kirkpatrick. I think she's most loyal to him, but she will float to wherever the power is. And we have to remember this is going so fast. Like they keep talking about.
Who do you think he's loyal to?
Himself. And he proved it. He proved it. First of all, he realized that she was trying to push up on his HOH. And number 2, he wasn't afraid to say, hey, this is for my game. Last week we did what was best for y'all's game. Now we're gonna do what's best for my game. I don't see how she doesn't see that it's good for her game. I think she likes just having minions under her. She likes this idea of having minions, and I don't want to consider Todrick a minion of hers because I consider them equals. But he
seems real minion-like.
He seems real minion-like. He seems real minion-like. Would you like to hear some of the other things that I have written next to names now that you know that I did?
Notes. Yes, let's hear
them. Okay, so let's see here. So for Kirkpatrick, I simply have HOH and won't be manipulated. I thought that was good. Catan, of course, all I've got next to him, one word, and that's cake. It's cake. It's one word, and it is cake because it's been contaminated. I thought that was so hilarious when he said that. Carson's definitely bringing the funny. Let's see. Lamar, I've got 2 things next to him. One we didn't get to last week because I forgot and you didn't know yet, and that's he shat himself. And the other is the talk about his son tonight. That kind of caught me off guard. I didn't know if that was attention seeking or if that was something that he was really processing at the time. It was very interesting to me. For Misha, I've got bully in capital letters. She is the alpha female of the house, though. Todrick, I've got Misha's lackey. So, I didn't want to call him a minion, but clearly.
So lackey is better.
Lackey is a little bit better.
Okay.
For Mariah, I have lackey or evicted. And she's evicted. So, I was taking these notes during the show.
It seemed like though that they because Catan was like so confused, like he really wanted to go home.
Right.
But it seems like that they chose to evict her for her mental health.
I don't know if they chose to evict her for her mental health. I thought they chose to evict her because she was going to be an athletic threat in this game.
No, I mean, afterwards, and then I seen some things in the news feed about her, being emotional all week and her talking about how lonely she was in the house.
Yeah.
And then they were saying things because they, I guess, were trying to explain it to Chris, like why he wasn't the one to go home. And they were like, it's going to be better for her, and she even said in their interview that it was hard for her because she's never been in the same space, which I thought was I don't know. She said she'd never been in the same space.
Well, she said she had never, without another Asian American in the room,
American,
which I find that to be very surprising.
Huh?
I found that to be very surprising.
Very surprising because
very much so.
I've many times been in this space where I'm the only minority.
Right, exactly.
Many times,
you know.
So I mean, kudos to her parents or whoever for always keeping
making sure that she's in a diverse environment.
Yeah.
And Julie did admit that, you know, plenty of times she's been the only minority or Asian American in the room.
Yeah.
But she admitted she's much older. So I guess maybe
and also it's her. They are in different fields. Right. There are more Asians in ice skating like that. Yes. So, you know, than there are in television.
Yeah, if you're just joining us, I'm gonna finish rounding out my list for Todd. I was just going over my list, by the way. I have a few things written down by everybody. Let's see. I've got Todd. I've got hanging out. Yeah, I've got hanging out. That's what he's doing. He's hanging out. Man. That's what you've got. You've got old man.
Did you hear them talk about how he's the only one left from the different strokes?
No. You know what's worse than that? Did you see the car insurance commercial during the episode? Did you? It was Todd Bridges in a car insurance commercial. Did you see it? First of all, I ain't seen Todd Bridges in a commercial in ages. So they planned that shit perfectly, let me tell you.
Like, I am going to need to get some work. So I'm out of different strokes money, and it's time to work.
He said, we ain't got to wait until Big Brother's over. Let me go on and cash in right now. Get these commercials lined up. Did you hear I was going in the house? I ain't got time to be playing. Oh, man. Oh, I guess that didn't work. I tried to share that on your wall, and it went to your messenger. So
it did.
Yeah, that didn't work out well. I was still over here sharing. Let's see. Any surprises with the veto tonight? I was shocked that Shayna was so often still won. I was shocked that Todrick was so close and went over.
The rules was the rules.
The rules were the rules.
I mean, the rules. I was.
She definitely got lucky.
Oh my gosh!
This could have completely gone a different way.
Yes.
Had Todrick won that veto, Mariah would still be in this house.
Yeah.
Yeah. It only took a couple hours for that to take. Well, not even a couple hours. An hour. It took an hour for that to play out tonight.
I was so happy that she won. Because I liked Mariah, but we have to keep Carson in the house. Literally. I mean, what is the show going to be about?
Right. Let's see. What did I miss? Welcome, Peter. What did I miss? Was Mariah voted out? Yes, she was, Peter. If you're just joining us, Mariah was voted out.
As a vote to 7-0, even Lamar was like, somebody could have voted.
What she say? What did Lamar say? This ain't gonna be good for her tonight. I have that written down at the top of my page. What did he say? She ain't gonna do well tonight. That's an exact quote. She ain't gonna do well tonight.
One person could have voted for her.
You know what though?
No sympathy vote.
Why was she voted out? Because that was Kirkpatrick's target. However, have you read some of the rumors going around about the relationship between Kirkpatrick and Mariah?
No.
So apparently there is some rumors going around, and there may be some truth to the fact that Kirkpatrick spent a day outside of the house as the show was starting, which is why the live feeds were delayed. And there are several speculations as to why that might be. One is something to do with a COVID test, and the other is some conflict with Mariah in terms of some type of argument between the two of them. Not really sure what it was about, but that could be why Kirkpatrick targeted her, even though we didn't really see that play out on television tonight or in the show to date.
Yeah, because in the feeds as of recent, it seemed as though they were more friendly.
Yeah, they seemed more friendly. She did talk about being the youngest in the house, and then of course she talked very briefly about being the only Asian American in the house. But I don't know how much race played a fact in their conversations, and how much
I don't know about
age
their
played a fact or
at all. But I do know that they, touched on it briefly. Her and Lamar talked about, race and things very briefly last week. But it seemed, I mean, even in her outgoing speech, she mentioned the cookout and being inspired by them. So it seems like race is or diversity and inclusion is a very big deal for her.
Oh, for sure.
But I have no idea as to what, I've never heard any racist vibes talk or anything like that about Chris Kirkpatrick.
No, not at all. Not at all. So
that
was news to me.
It would be something about that, unless it's just like a misunderstanding and communicate,
Right. There's always, between ages, there's always communication.
They have to do some digging.
Yeah, true story. So definitely the rumor mills were definitely swirling leading into this eviction. And so Kirkpatrick's reign is over. A new HOH will be crowned. Anyone in particular you'd like to see crowned the next HOH now that we have 10 people left? No, 9 people left.
I would like to see Carson.
Uh-oh. Did you freeze on me?
As HOH.
Oh, welcome back. There you go.
Oh, I was like, I did not. I'm moving.
She said, I'm not frozen.
I had thought it for a second. I was thinking.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Carson is HOH.
Okay.
And I would like to see Misha go home. Or
I don't know that Misha will be next.
I don't think she'll be next, but I would like to see her go home. And it's going to take somebody of Carson's stature of a HOH to pull it off, I think. But just, I mean, whoever's HOH, if it's not like a major game move, then they need to just go ahead and let Chris go home. Catan, I mean.
Yeah, well, there were also rumors that Lamar was volunteering to go home. Once again, we didn't see any of that on camera on the show, but I could see him being.
They did a lot of cutting the feeds, though, so I don't.
Oh, have you watched the feeds? Fill me in. I haven't seen any of the feeds yet. What are they like?
I haven't watched a lot, but they cut. I mean, whenever they talk gameplay a lot, they cut them. And then they be talking about. I don't think they read the rules of what they supposed to talk.
What they be talking about, Bree?
Other stuff, they was talking about Dancing with the Stars. They cut that real quick. Like, that don't come on CBS.
That don't even come on our channel. Child, that don't come on this network.
But
oh man,
it's just like, they don't they don't talk as much gameplay. I don't think they. I don't know.
Well, they're playing.
Or maybe this week they just felt like Chris. Yeah, maybe they felt like Chris was gonna do what Chris was gonna do, so there was no point this week. So I don't know.
Well, but I think once Misha and them realized that the veto wasn't gonna be played, she had to go to the house. The only ones
who were trying. It seemed like Cynthia and all them, they just was like, no, we're good this week. We don't even need to talk game. Like,
right. Well, and then Todd, I'll do whatever you want. You in power, you just tell me what to do. You just tell me.
Just tell me what to do.
I think he's willing to say that to whoever's in charge.
They were having a conversation, him and Chris Kirkpatrick, and he was like giving them like, if this person and this person is up, who would you send home? This person and this person. So he put himself up against Lamar, and that was the only one that he was like, ooh, that'd be a tough one. Like, you can say you don't know yet. And he was like, I mean, I have a relationship with him. Like, he wasn't even, so he didn't say, I don't know yet. He basically like,
he said,
I don't
well,
want to say I would vote for you, but I would have to vote for you.
Oh man. Well, it has been not even a full week yet. And we've had 2 weeks worth of Big Brother. Another week worth of Big Brother left yet this week. 2-hour episode on Friday coming up. Any other big takeaways from the last 2 days before this eviction tonight?
No, I do wish that, I mean, I actually would have rather Chris Kattan went home instead of Mariah. I feel like maybe if she would have got a week not on the block, that she could have rebounded and pulled it together and found their footing in the house. But
yeah.
when you have these other people who like just don't even want to play, it's like, why not send them?
Well, at least she was tied to the side of the house that wanted to play.
Yeah.
She just happened to be on the short end of the stick, and I think she did that to herself when she did that ratting. You know,
she just didn't know
some things you can't come back from. She overplayed her hand.
Yeah.
Well, another big thing that I want to talk about. Well, it's not huge, but it is the last thing on my list. I paired Cynthia and Carson together. The only two I paired together. And I put that they're happy to still be there, but they need to regroup or be gone. How do you think they're going to manage regrouping? Because it's clearly just the two of them. There's 9 people left in the house. You got Todrick and Misha, and then you got Cynthia and Carson. That's 4. Then you got 5 people left. That would be Kirkpatrick. That would be Shannon. They're together. Now, if Kirkpatrick and Shannon, they can go either way, right? And I think they're going to play the fence as long as they can. But if they don't choose Carson and Cynthia soon enough, Carson and Cynthia could be casualties of the game, essentially.
Yeah.
And then outside of Kirkpatrick, then you've got Bridges, Odom. Is that it? 4, 5,
well, the thing
6,
is,
7.
It seems like there's very few people who are, I mean, because they talk about what they're doing after the show and yada yada. So it's like, I feel like there's very few people that are actually like there to play the game.
Yeah, we have 3 sets of duos, and those are the only people ready to play.
But even out of the Cynthia and Carson duo,
Cynthia's not ready to play.
Either one of them would be too heartbroken over going home.
No.
As long as they wasn't the first one out. And honestly, Cynthia could go for me. I just need Carson there for entertainment value.
Yes. Well, and I was also happy to hear Mariah talk fondly about Kattan, even though he kind of creeps me out. And I died laughing hysterically. I was brought back to life just for the show tonight when he was falling over in the bedroom in the dark. And then he almost got in bed with Carson. And like, what are you doing trying to find your way back to that damn cake?
Yeah, man. Or the bed, because he stays asleep. Like, yeah, he's
right.
Not there to play at all. He's ready to go. And honestly,
for sure,
they could go ahead and send him. Like, keep Carson around and send the people home that don't want to
play.
Don't entertain me. Carson makes me laugh.
All right. He is definitely the entertainer of this season. We've got the alpha female in terms of Miss Tate. We've got the entertainer in Carson. Lamar is just bringing all of his personal life out. He's going to read his book to you is what's going to happen.
He's really trying to push those book sales. Like, he's going to tell you just enough of the story to intrigue you to go buy his book.
Go buy that book, baby. Well, he knows how much you love to read.
I also read recently that his baby mama, I guess, because they were never married, but his children's mother, who he was with for all those years before he married Chloe, is coming out with a book.
Oh, so, okay. A nice little rebuttal, maybe.
Yeah, there should be some interesting tidbits.
There's always 2 sides to every story.
Yeah.
and she played a part in a chunk of it, and we about to get the other half. Watch out, Wendy Williams. You got another guest on the way.
You know, Chloe has a book. It'd be interesting to read all 3 of their books just to be like, what's this man really got going?
To get the perspective, right?
Yeah.
What had you next to his bedside while he was stroking out? Come on now. We need to know what was really happening, okay? Oh, man. Well, I hope... I'd like to see Carson be HOH, but depending on what the competition is, whether or not I think he'll be able to win. Although when it came to speed, he clearly had it in the last veto competition. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. He definitely can move and groove for an old man. How old would you say he is? Pushing 60, got to be, right?
60? No.
You don't think so?
I say in his 50s.
I said pushing 60.
But I mean lower 50s.
Like 51, 52, or just below 55?
Like 52.
Okay, well, I'm about to...
It's my guess. My guess is 52.
Carson Kressley. How old?
He has had a lot of like Botox and stuff, so it's hard.
Still can't lift them eyebrows. Do you think that they're going to have people come in to the diary room and shoot him up so he can stay solid?
I think it lasts 6 weeks or so or something. I don't know.
Oh, I didn't know the rules. I did not
I don't
know the rules
either, but I'm thinking it lasts more than a month.
I
don't know.
Let's see here. Oh, wait. How did you know exactly on the nose? He was born November 11th, 1969. He is 52 years old.
Yeah, he doesn't look that old.
Well, I mean, okay. How old would you say Catan is then?
Now, Catan, he does have that.
Pull the phone back out.
I've been baked in the sun look, right?
He looks like a little gremlin. But I know, he looks like a little gremlin.
Again, Night at the Roxbury was one of my favorite movies back when I was in high school. I had it on VHS. So that was, we're going to go with 20 years ago. And I'm going to say he's 56.
You're going to say he's 56, eh? My God, you are so off. Do you think he's older or younger?
Older.
He, my friend, is younger than Carson. He is 51 years young, ladies and gentlemen.
It's that baked in the sun look. Like
he looks like a little cooked gremlin. You damn right. He looks like if you expose him to the sun, that is his last hurrah. Like he can only be exposed to it one more time, and then poof, he's out of here, Jack. Poof, like, he is out of here.
Sunscreen is important. Every week, every episode, we're gonna have a last time we talked about mental health being important. This time, sunscreen. Sunscreen is important.
That's right. Sunscreen is important. You do not want to leather out like Catan. You just don't. I don't care how much money you have made. Take care of your skin.
Skincare and skin cancer can affect even people with lots of melanin in their skin.
Yes, it can.
Got to use that because that leathery old look is not what's up.
It's not what you should be going for. It's not what you should be going for. Well, we're almost approaching the 30-minute mark. I feel like that's right around our magic number. Anything else you want to contribute to this episode as it pertains to what we've seen so far?
No, I just want to say it is hard to predict what's going to happen because literally
very much so.
We don't know what the competitions are going to entail. You thought the potato competition was too easy, and I was like, well, some of them, I mean, you got to give Todd and Catan a chance. So, like, we're going to have some easier HOHs, and it's just going, I think, to make for an more interesting season because you never know which way it can go. Especially with the veto and the eviction happening in the same night.
What did you think about Todd locking in those two low numbers, just not giving a hoot about what was happening?
Like, I'm telling you, this old man.
He did not give a shit about what was going on, did he? He said, "Oh,
you see,
look,"
the
and
first
then he got
time
to
was
look.
like, "I'll just sit out because I did you hear him though when he was like, does anybody else have a bad hip?"
No, I didn't hear him say that.
In the first one, I promise he did. I'm telling you, the man is like.
Oh, he wasn't trying to run after that ball. I see what it was. He wasn't trying to run after that ball.
He's not about to run after it. He ain't about to run after it. He got
well, and then how about
they not letting him get his walker, his sink cat machine? He ain't got none of this. Oh, he's got to be careful in there.
Todd Bridges has got to go home. They are not doing him proper in there. He can't breathe at night. He can't walk good. My God. I hope they don't have to be too much. I don't even want to see him. He needs to be gone by the time Otev come around. He could not get up that hill. He cannot get up that hill.
He definitely can't get up that hill.
He cannot get up the hill. He has got to be gone by then. Potard. Potard. But how did he get to the second potato and say that he's gonna make it look convincing, but then still lock in a low number? Like he was like, damn it. Click.
Is that convincing?
Somehow he still finished with a 33, which I thought was surprising because somebody else scored like a 36 and they were trying. So
and they were trying.
Trying. He wasn't too far off. Well, I anxiously await to see who's going to be the next HOH. Clearly, we're going to find out before the show hits the air. But yeah, we'll be back Friday night after the live 2-hour eviction episode. Until next time, I am the one and only Milkman.
And I'm just Bree.
And we want to say, Gooses.